Dear students, so here I am sending you how to write the organic practical. So you have to write down the aim of the experiment. So when you write down the aim of the experiment, you have to write to identify the functional group in the given organic sample. One thing you have to remember that organic samples are not salts. So you cannot say salts. Then you write down preliminary investigation also, that part you can skip. You can simply write color. While writing the color, you will remember what kind of salt you got, write accordingly. Nature you will write either solid or liquid. Solubility you will write in alcohol, as most of the compounds were soluble in alcohol. Then order, if your compound was aromatic, for the order column you will write aromatic. If your compound was aliphatic, then you will write the order orderless. Then we will move to experiment column. In the experiment column, you will write whatever is given in the experimental column. First you will write ignition test, and if your compound is aromatic, then you will be writing the first observation, burns with a sooty flame. And if your compound was aliphatic, then you will be writing burns without a sooty flame. Don't write both the observations. A compound cannot be aliphatic as well as aromatic at the same time. Then we will write down the test for unsaturation. It is just for your information that we never give you any such unsaturated compound. So your observation will be the pink color of camphor does not disappear and your inference will be saturated. Alright. Then you need not write down the detection of elements. This is no more there in the syllabus. So you will straightway go to next page when you will write down the functional group test. So in the detection of the functional group, what you will do? You will write down the first one, test for amino group. Here you may do one correction. You may write test for aromatic primary amino group, and the symbol of the functional group is must. So the experiment you will be writing as it is. This part will be same. But as you can see here, there are so many colors written. Definitely you are not going to write all the colors. You will be writing only the color which you got. I think the sample which you got, which was black in color, that was amino group. So you'll be writing maybe orange. I don't know what color you saw. You'll be writing only that color. And in the inference column, you'll be writing aromatic primary amino group. And don't forget to write down the symbol of the functional group. After that, even if you get aromatic primary amino group, but you have to write down the rest of the functional groups also. So when you write down the test for phenolic group, you will be writing the test as it is. And in the observation column, you will write no characteristic observation. And in the inference column, you will write phenolic group, write down the symbol is absent. Similarly, you will go for test for carboxylic acid. You need to write both the tests, that sodium bicarbonate test as well as esterification test. Under the sodium bicarbonate test, in the observation column, you will write effervescence of carbon dioxide is not seen, and in the inference column, you will write carboxylic group is absent. But don't forget to write down the symbol of the functional group. Now when you go to aldehyde ketonic test, it is called 2,4-DNP test. So you will write down the test. Since you got amino group, so aldehyde group will not be there. So you will write no yellow crystalline precipitate is formed. In the inference column, you will write aldehyde or ketonic group is absent. Since aldehyde and ketonic group is absent, you need not write down the tolerance test. After that, you will write down the conclusion. After the systematic analysis, the given sample is found to contain primary aromatic amino group, within bracket you write down ARNH2 as the functional group present. I hope that is fine. Now in case your salt is containing carboxylic acid group, then what will you do? You will write down the test for amino group, and in the amino group you will write no in the observation column you write down no characteristic observation. Then in the inference column you will write aromatic primary amino group is absent. Then you will write down the test for phenol, then phenol also there will be no color. But if you get phenol, then you please remember that under phenol also you can see there are so many colors: violet, violet blue, green or red color. You will write only the color which you have seen. You should never write multiple colors. In case your sample contains aldehyde group, then in the 2,4-DNP test here, you will see yellow crystalline precipitate. So it is either aldehyde or ketone. But to confirm whether it is aldehyde or ketone, you have to write down the tolerance test also. If you get to see a silver mirror, then your compound contains aldehyde group. If you don't get to see a silver mirror, then the compound contains ketonic group. So that way you have to arrange, you have to write accordingly, and conclusion is must together with the symbol of the functional group. Thank you.